WWE fans, welcome into another great edition of the Backstage Jabronis. Of course, he's Daniel Snyder. I'm Jeremy York. We are the Backstage Jabronis. We are here to talk all things Clash in Paris. I hear that is the Leaning Tower, and that's one of Paris's best landmarks.
It doesn't
So
even
how
look
are
like
you,
it's
bud?
leaning, but hey,
What if I
I'm,
lean?
I'm,
If I lean, does it look like it's leaning?
it is. Yeah, I see it now. I'm
Or
doing pretty good. We're filming this after SmackDown of last night. That had a bunch of stuff happen. So if we get through this Clash in Paris premium live event, we could maybe touch on a little bit of that. Or have you seen SmackDown?
I know one thing that happened because we knew it was coming, but no, I did not. We were
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that will be, gosh, the way it's looking Sunday night before I see that probably.
Okay. So I guess maybe we can talk about it Thursday.
Yeah, it'll give us something to talk about there because we're about to hit a dry spell for them.
Well, yeah. Well, for about a yeah,
for a
we'll
minute.
touch on
For a minute. But as we said, we are going to talk about the clash in Paris. There was one match. We said that before this show started. We were talking about they did add one match between us recording the last show and them having the PLE. They reserved the right to do that. We reserve the right to be a little offended. They didn't tell us, but hey, all in all, we're good, WWE.
Yeah, in that match, which ended up being the tag team title match.
Yeah, hey, good
Uh,
for them. The tag team titles finally made a PLE.
yes, that wasn't a 16 teams and the titles
Well,
being held up.
but you
But
know what it really was, right?
100% is what I'd been. I feel like it's something that we both kind of talked about. And
Yeah.
it was the planting of the seed of the Street Profits breaking up. What
Which
is going
I
on? Oh my
feel
god!
like means either one's getting released or they both leave. I've heard that they want to stick together the whole way and that they've bucked this for over 2 years. But we'll also see what happens.
Montez Ford is obviously the bigger fan favorite, but I also feel like he'd be the greater heel.
I don't know. I feel like other dude that I can't think of his name. I like
It's
him a little better. I feel like he can be
Angelo
more.
Dawkins.
Yeah, Angelo Dawkins. I feel like he's the more stable guy that I can. I got to change his gimmick, obviously, but I mean, why not put him and Grayson Waller together or something like that? They kind of both give off that kind of street vibe.
If you're gonna break them up, don't stick him with someone else. Let him
That's true.
be a
Yeah,
singles.
agree.
And I think one of the reasons that Montez would not be the one being released is because of his wife or girlfriend.
Who was also not on this PLE
She hasn't been on a PLE in a good minute.
or
But
Jade?
yeah. But the Wyatt Six are the ones that faced them, and they kept the titles.
Good.
I'm not surprised that they kept the titles. I'm surprised that they're actually pushing them a little more. Uncle Howdy
Supposedly
made
they've been wanting to push them this whole time, and like one of them keeps getting hurt, and it's always different ones. But the thing is there's still like 50 members. So if one gets hurt, just push the other 49 and just slide people around. That's why you have so many people in a group.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
I
like
know
if
we
your left fielder gets hurt, you just don't go, well, gosh, we can't play baseball today. You go, no, I'm going to take the right fielder and put him in left, and I got a guy on the bench, and he can play right field, and we're good.
you got the New Day rule, which comes from the
The
Free
free
Bird
bird
rule.
rule.
Yeah. So I
That
mean,
should be
hey,
used more often.
yes. I mean, it was the New Day used it great. They did. It's like today it's gonna be Big E and Coffee. Okay, now it's Xavier and Big E. Okay, now it's Xavier and Coffee, and they
Yep.
just switch it out. And whoever wants to wrestle that night, the other one stands on the outside and did what he did.
I wish more tag teams in the independent level would do that. That if you're the champion in this promotion and you're defending your belts over here, I think if you got multiple people in your faction that you should just go, yeah, whichever two show up are the ones that's defending it.
I like that.
You know what? I'm gonna encourage both promoters I will see this weekend that the Freebird rule should be a real thing. But
So,
let's talk about the matches that we actually did know about because I thought even to know that these are the seeds of them breaking up, that I thought the Street Profits still had just classic Street Profit match. It was very good.
yeah, I agree.
Which match you want to start with? Because I will go ahead and put this spoiler out there. One of us did way better on the picks than the other
Probably you.
for once. It's
um,
usually this guy over here that runs the gauntlet, and this time it was me. I didn't miss a pick.
Roman Reigns. We can start with the first match, Roman and
Okay.
Bronson, which turned into a complete demolish of Roman Reigns. Even though he won the
After
match,
he won. After he
yes,
won.
I thought that Braun Breaker was going to make an appearance and cause Roman to lose the match, but they waited until Roman beat Bronson, and then they ended him.
Well, I think they want to build up Bronson because they've built up Braun. Braun builds himself up for one anytime he's somewhere. But Bronson is not much of the vocal guy. He's been talking more on a microphone the last couple of weeks. They're starting to build him too because we want everybody credible. And so in this particular match, they're like, you know what? Let him go toe to toe with Roman. Roman can still get the win because he's Roman. There's still a difference in the two. But at the end, they can show their dominance of kind of the street. I'm not going to call them a gang because they're not. Kind of the beat you up group. It's like we're still. You may get the win, but you're going to remember who you were in the ring with, and that's kind of their mentality.
You won the battle, you lost the war.
Right, right. We're like you're going to have to take us out to win the whole thing, or we're just going to keep coming after you.
It was a good match. Bronson is a great performer for a big
Yeah.
guy. He does. He reminds me so much of Bam Bam Bigelow for my old school
Yep.
guys.
100%.
Bam Bam was one of the most agile big guys, almost like Vader as well. But I feel like Bam Bam was more agile than Vader.
Yeah. Taz.
Um, so I mean, I think it did a lot for Bronson.
Sure.
And then we seen Roman Reigns. Well, Jay came out there to try to help him, and Jay got hurt.
And Roman told him not to. Roman said, "Stay out of it. Stay.
You got
You got your
got to
big
will
match."
match.
And
Yeah,
he did say that on the following Raw. Is that yeah? My cousin said stay out of it, and I didn't, and maybe that cost me part of my chance later. But spoiler alert when we get to that. But at the same time, it's family, and I understand. My mentality has always been that you back family until whatever they're in is squashed and is done, and then we can go behind the building and we can get into it about why you were in the middle of whatever it is. I don't necessarily have to agree with you, but my brother and majority of my family is in the middle of something. I'm just going to join their side until we fix it, and then I'll fix them later.
yeah, and that's pretty much what they've been doing right now.
Yeah.
The Solo and them that they
Yep.
haven't fixed their stuff with each other, but that'll come later down.
Sure.
We could skip the next match, which was the tag team title match,
Yep. Yep.
and get to the women's match, which was the biggest letdown of the entire night. I'm not surprised. Nikki hasn't
No.
technically been in the ring in a long time for a legit match. This
And
was,
she did okay. I'm surprised that Becky let her do some of the things she did, but it shows the pro that she is.
yes,
And they're doing their best to try to catch Nikki up to speed, but she's from a different era. What they did when her and her sister were around is not where they are now, and it's not like oh they're just way more talented. And it's just she's got to get used to this new style, and if she does, then she can hang with some of these people.
I feel like it's the middle ground. Like Nikki was higher than the females that were here. I'm pretty, but she's not as advanced as the ones that saying that are now we are performers. So
Yeah,
Nikki was that middle step getting to what would eventually be the performers that are today, but she was a step up from the Tori Wilsons,
okay, yeah, the Stacy Keeblers, the
yes. And
okay, okay,
Trish and Lita were the anomalous back then. I guess that's the right
yeah,
word.
the anomaly.
Nomina, yes. They were the oddballs that kept the stuff going. Where Nikki was part of the generation of okay, this is what it's going to move to, and then they advance to what Becky and them are now,
Yeah,
to what Lyra and Stephanie
Roxanne.
Valkyr and Roxanne, yes, to the great wrestling that is now women wrestling.
Well, because remember who Nikki's original opponent was supposed to be a PLE or two ago until she got hurt. It was supposed to be Liv
Alex,
Morgan.
I mean Liv, yeah, Liv. I don't know why I said Alexa, but yes, it
And
was supposed to be Liv.
that's why it had to be Nikki's opponent had to be a Liv or had to be a Becky or had to be a Bailey. If you
Somebody
would have
that
put
can
her in
carry
the
the
ring,
match.
like yeah, as professional as some of these other ones are, if she would have went against some of these other ones, it would have just been a train wreck. But this, it come off
Clusterfuck.
okay, but it showed the gap in the two of them really quickly.
Yeah, and Becky obviously walked away with the title. She kept it.
Sure,
I think so far. I mean, did I pick Bronson? Yeah, I picked Bronson to beat Roman but with the help of Brock. But I picked Becky to win this.
you did.
Now the next one, Rusev and Sheamus. Got you. Okay,
I have not touched it since then.
ah, Rusev and Sheamus.
Oh,
We knew this was going to be a beatdown. It was a great match.
it was. If you like
I,
old school, two veterans just beating the crap out of each other, that's very much what this is. They had some really cool spots. I thought they were safer spots than they normally do in these kind of matches, off the barrels and things like that. It was a lot safer than usual. But yeah, the only aftermath of this was that once again they're building up Rusev because he came in so flat. They had nothing for him to do when they brought him back.
what are they going to do with him now? And this has got to be over. The Rusev and Sheamus has got to be over, right?
I would imagine. I mean, do you add him to Seth's group and make him that much crazier?
I don't think so. I could see. So I'm a spoiler alert for you. John Cena said last night on SmackDown that is his last SmackDown. He will never be on SmackDown
Yeah,
again. It was in Chicago. I didn't know if you knew that, but we will not see John Cena on any more SmackDowns.
I've seen the schedule multiple times in the past couple of weeks, so I knew that was his final SmackDown. I'm not miffed, but it still bugs me, irks me just a little bit that
You skipped
Atlanta was not
Atlanta.
on the farewell schedule. That
I agree.
Toronto and Paris and all these other places were. And John, last
Yeah.
time I checked, you filmed about two or three, if not four, shows in Georgia in the Atlanta area, including my hometown of Dallas. And I was like, and you filmed some movies out here, and yet not good enough to show up on your retirement tour?
He's probably saying, y'all gonna see enough of me when I'm filming that you don't need to see me in the ring." But like I said, that's stupid.
Yeah.
He and the reason I bring up Cena, not only is it the next match, but I could see him and Rusev had a nice run against each other at one time.
Yes,
Could
they did.
Rusev could Rusev possibly attack Cena just to get one final match out of them two?
It wouldn't be bad. It would have to be a one-off. I don't think it would be
Yes,
it'd
it'd be
probably
a
be a
one off.
Raw match because I think he's due to show up on Raw a little bit. But then you're wasting Cena appearances. He only has like a half dozen or so left, or like a dozen left, and you're wasting one when he could be building up a bigger match. So as
Well,
much as I would
I say
like to
yes
see
and
it,
no on that. Do you know what happened last night at all with him?
no.
Ah, damn,
The
so
only
much to
thing
talk
the
about.
only thing I know is about the not so secret return that I am over the moon about because giant fan of that person.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen about a week ago because WWE shop accidentally did a tweet. I think they accidentally did it. I mean, their response, yeah. I mean, but CM Punk was almost giving it away. Um,
Do they ever accidentally do anything? I think they very much did that on purpose so that they could
you're
drive up
probably
the
right.
sales. So that when
You're
you
probably
showed up
right.
to the show last night, you already had the shirt. You didn't have to order it, and they wouldn't sell out of the hundred they brought with them to that show.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
way, you get thousands of them.
Well,
That's what I would do.
Cena had a match, his last match against somebody last night. It was a one off.
Yeah,
And I kind of view it as the same way they could do Rusev because
yeah.
we'll talk about it Thursday. We'll talk about it Thursday. But okay,
Okay.
Rusev and Sheamus it was a good match. I was wrong. I think I picked Sheamus only because Sheamus kept losing. I mean, how many
Yeah.
times was he going to lose? But hey, apparently that was too.
He doesn't. It doesn't impact him right now. So
Yeah, yeah.
to lose to Rusev, you're like, well, that's credible. I mean, either one of them, they're pretty equal.
Yeah. So I'd like to see Rusev and Drew McIntyre would be great. I feel like that's another person they can
To
throw
pair
down
them
with them.
up or to have them fight.
Fight. That'd be a great banging of heads.
Yeah, and I would throw in Damian Priest in there, and any of that
Yes.
trio I think is
Yes.
worth it.
It'd be great. But speaking of the legend who's last and final run, Cena versus Logan Paul.
Can we end the
So
debate for any naysayer that Logan Paul is a certified A+ player?
it should have been over a long time ago. But
I
not
know.
only that, man. From what I seen in last night's match with John Cena, and then this previous Saturday or Sunday, I guess, Cena should have been wrestling like this 10 years ago.
Oh yeah,
He pulled out a Styles Clash. Um, Last night he pulled out CM Punk's Go to Sleep. Um, I understand he's doing other people's moves, but his matches were once boring almost, like because you knew what you were going to get.
the 5 moves of doom.
Yes, yes. Now you don't know when they're going to kick out.
Right.
Logan Paul is a certified needs to be Cody's next opponent and take the title off of Cody. I
I
think that
agree
would be
for a lot of reasons.
yes, that would be. I mean, because I'm tired of Cody having the title, but not only that,
That
I think Logan with the title. Could you imagine the heel run, the
just
cockiness?
just on YouTube, like forget
Oh
on
my
WWE television, just on YouTube.
yes, yes, yes,
Have
yes.
him show up to his brother's fight or show up to just things like
With the
that, and people
world,
are like, "What in the world?"
yes, yes. So, great match by Logan Paul,
Yeah,
um, and John Cena. Great match by
yeah.
both. John Cena walked away with the W. Didn't need it.
Nope.
But I feel like I almost want to say those two had a conversation in the back.
I'm sure.
John Cena probably told him he wanted Logan to go over, and I almost feel like Logan's like, "No, I'm not going to beat you." I almost feel that. I feel like Logan's like, "I don't want to
It
beat you."
it makes more sense for Cena to win there. It actually builds Logan even more.
Yes, yes, yes. So great match, great match. Loved it.
Sure.
Jelly Roll was out there again,
Yeah.
along with um that other dude,
Post Malone.
Post Malone. Yes, I forgot his
Hey,
name.
fellow Cowboys fan, I gotta represent Post Malone. Plus, the dude's just super cool.
You guys were not supposed to be in that game Thursday night,
Nope.
and dude spitting on Dak helped every bit of y'all.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. It turned the tide of the whole game. We had it on the background here while we were recording shows and doing other things, and that's why we didn't get to watch a lot of the things that were on TV. But I'll say this real quickly. About halfway through that game, I texted some fellow Cowboy fans, not Post Malone. I left him alone for the night, didn't text him about it. I said, I didn't realize that the Cowboys got a completely different 53-man roster in the offseason because I'm not sure I've ever seen these guys play before. This was not the team I thought would show up, and we showed up like you're gonna have to kill us to beat us, and Philly tried.
And you know what? I know this is a little bit off subject of our wrestling, but we're both big football fans. Lamb, last year's Lamb would have caught those passes, dude.
Oh, sure. There's
What
a
was
chance me or you catch those. Those were in the hands.
yes, yes,
Like
yes. Like
like
Dak
I've
couldn't
never
put it
seen
any
that
better.
Dak Prescott before. That's like video game Dak Prescott.
And Lamb was dropping him. Y'all, in all reality, y'all could have won that game. But
When George Pickens is your number one and CD Lamb is your other receiver, something went wrong because Pickens
you
is
don't
a
think it's
one. He just
oh, okay. I get what you're saying. You're saying just like, but at the same time, did y'all shut down Brown, or were they not even just looking at Brown? I'm like, because that was weird. He had one catch.
we did have Diggs, our best corner, on him all night, and they did bracket him a little bit. And as a AJ Brown fantasy owner, it did upset me a little bit. But also as somebody um, who has the Philly quarterback on that same team, I was okay with it.
Yes, because he showed out.
Yep.
But from that to the final match of the night, Seth Rollins
Yep.
versus Punk versus Jay versus yeah.
All right, let me start with this. I told you I got an about face about somebody, and I realized why I did not like them so much. It is because they were the latest, with Cody being the one before this, and this guy's been in this position too. Seth Rollins is the latest of the one they forced down our throats and said, you will think he is the best ever. We are pushing him. He is the guy, the only guy. He is, over the years, it's been Hogan and Cena and Rock and Stone Cold and all these different
Triple
ones where
H.
they push all these people and just say you will like them or you will accept that they're the best and nothing else. And that's what was actually kind of rubbing me the wrong way. So when I do my 30,000 foot thing, I backed out. I actually stood on top of this leaning tower over here, and I looked down at it, and I said, you know what? My beef is the fact that the WWE pushed this guy in my face than the fact that he actually is one of the top guys, and that's on me. I take that back. That I didn't think he was the superstar that he is. And this is no backhanded compliment. I'm not going to say, oh, because of the people or no. If you look back, Rollins is, I think you said it, he's kind of the Shawn Michaels of this generation. He has carried things by himself and with others, whatever was necessary when they needed a guy, when Roman was sick, when all the other things, when Ambrose left, when all these other things happened, that's just not sure what's going on around here. Lights are going on and off. But that's kind of sort of what the heck of a storm blowing up. Let's see if we can get this back going real quick. WWE fans, I don't know how much of the first part of this you actually saw. We just had a storm blow in or something. It blew the power out here where we were at. But Backstage Jabronis, he's Daniel Snyder. I'm Jeremy York. We were right in the middle. I was right in the middle of apologizing to Seth Rollins, saying that I had the take all wrong and that I actually blamed WWE a little bit on them forcing him in my face, and that uh, I don't acknowledge him the way I do a particular other person, but I do recognize that Seth Rollins is that freaking good, and that's kind of the best way to put that.
You know me, I'm not the biggest Seth Rollins fan, but I think he's a great performer. I wasn't the biggest Shawn Michaels fan, but he was
Yeah,
a great performer. So I agree. You did compare him. I compared him to the Shawn Michaels of just this
yeah,
generation. You
yeah,
agreed to that. On top of on that, that's what I kind of like to do. I kind with Triple H being in charge, I feel like he tries to, in order to keep stuff going good,
yeah.
but keep it fresh. You want to take what won back in the day and see if you can't recreate it a different way and have this person. When I look at LA Knight, who is my man, my dude, I see a combination of Stone Cold and The Rock. That is,
Okay,
he's got the talk on the mic
yeah.
of The Rock with with the Stone Cold. With Jay Uso, what do I see with Jay? Honestly, I almost see a lower version of Shawn Michaels, the better of a tag team that stepped out on his own. Where unfortunately Jimmy is the Marty Jannetty of the tag team. It is what it
I'm
is.
not going to do that to Jimmy. Plus, Marty's a good wrestler. He wasn't the breakout.
Yeah, yeah. And then CM Punk has been a part of all of it. So you can't really say CM Punk is the what of
No,
CM Punk
and
is the CM Punk.
and I'm still very much a Punk guy. Uh, if him and Rollins are going to feud, I still do favor Punk, even though I
Of
think they're
course.
both phenomenal.
So Seth, for a second there, I thought we were going to see LA Knight with the championship. He was
I did, except for I wasn't watching live, so I already kind
okay.
of knew
You already knew.
about what was going on, and I kept looking for when it was going to happen.
Well, you got to wonder now after we had kind of called this as well that there was going to be a woman added to the group. You can pretty much say Becky's added is part of the group now.
Yeah.
She made sure that Seth Rollins kept his title after the Raw general manager told Braun and Bronson, "You guys are out of here." Roman Reigns is on his way to the hospital, and you're on your way out of here. You are. If you interfere in the match, I think he said that they were suspended or fired or something. It was something pretty cruel.
Suspended without pay.
Yes, yes, yes. So they
Well,
were
and
both
also, thoughts and prayers to the wise man, the oracle that Paul Heyman was actually sent to the hospital as well. So, thoughts and prayers out to the Hall of
thanks to
Famer.
Roman. Yeah, thanks to Roman. But so it had you wondering, was Seth going to be able to pull this off? And there wasn't a better time than right now to have Becky come down there and do what she did.
Yep.
She gave CM Punk the old Paul Heyman, because that's what Paul Heyman gave
And
to
it was
Punk and Roman.
right, which made it fitting. That was, of all the things she could have did, I think that was the best. That was the best, most accurate thing to do because it was right on brand. It would make sense for her to do that because chairs and even if she would have did her move, it wouldn't have went over as well. When you saw a hooded figure come up, drop down, and then here come the arm between the wickets, that's you're like, oh wow, man, I wonder who this is. And then when the hood comes off, you go, that's perfect. That makes sense.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't, at the very, very, very beginning, I didn't think it was Becky. Deep down, I was hoping it was Austin Theory. I think I still want him to join this
Yeah,
group.
I do. I do. Well, now it's full, so I got to find another place for him but he's also injured still. So
But at the same time, I'm gonna have to remember to talk about all this on Thursday when we talk about SmackDown. But I'm not. I mean, I guess maybe because Paul's injured, he did not make an appearance. You did, and from what I
he's
remember,
going to be gone for a minute, from what I heard.
okay, okay. All right. Well, I mean, we'll have SmackDown and Raw to talk about come Thursday, and then next
Yeah,
week after that we'll have the premium live event that's going to be on Netflix, right? Called
I don't remember.
Slam.
It's the one they put there out of nowhere enough to where AEW said we're not going to go head to head, and they've actually rescheduled theirs for 3 o'clock that day, so they're not head to head with WWE at 7.
WrestlePalooza.
WrestlePalooza.
There, I was like, is it Slammiversary?
No,
No,
no, no. It's WrestlePalooza. It's very indie sounding, but it should be great. It's already shaping up to be ridiculous.
they're doing one almost every 2 weeks now, 2 to 3 weeks, 3 weeks at the most. But
They're
because
going to
this,
slow that down, but they put this one here because AEW was a standalone show that day, and they're still trying to go head to head with them.
I'm wondering how the numbers looked for the last head to head.
AEW crushed them, even though WWE had great numbers.
Did they? Because I thought AEW was doing pay per view, wasn't they? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to see.
more people paid 40, 50, $60 to see that show than tuned in for the Peacock stuff, which was kind of crazy.
I thought it was SummerSlam they went against.
No, when they went head to head was when WWE was in town in Atlanta for 3 days.
Yeah, that was SummerSlam.
No, no, that
Oh, you're
was
right. You're right. You're right. It wasn't.
that
It was
was NXT
Saturday
Great
night's main
American
event.
Bash. It was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Evolution pay per view, and it was Saturday Night Main Event.
You're right. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking because if they'd went against SummerSlam, they'd have lost.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we do have to mention because we did kind of say it earlier that AJ Lee is back. We will put that out there because that's the obvious thing. That's the obvious place to bring her back. We'll talk
If
more
you're
about it on Thursday, obviously, but she's going to be the one to combat Becky. So now I want to see if it's the Usos or if it's Jay and LA Knight, who joins forces with Punk to face the Rollins group?
Mm. And we did have like a little situation here for a second where we lost stuff.
Yeah,
Just to the
to recap.
results. If you missed it, Roman beat Bronson, but then went to the hospital.
Yep.
We didn't know about the tag team match, which was the Wyatt Six beating the Street Profits and set the
And
seed
and yep, for the
to
profits to maybe split.
yep. I'm Team Montez Ford. Your team Angelo Dawkins.
Yep.
Becky beat Nikki in a horrible match, but I ain't gonna say horrible in a bad match. But what do you expect
It
from
was
somebody that hasn't?
okay, but it wasn't anything spectacular.
Yeah. Cena beat Logan. I just skipped a match. Cena beat Logan in probably the best match of the night by far.
Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
get with that.
Logan's the man. Rusev beat Sheamus. Hopefully to end that feud there. Let's
Yeah,
push him to the next. We mentioned we'd like to see him and Drew, him and Damian.
yeah,
Um, I think him and if they wouldn't have let old dude walk, him and Karrion Cross would have been great against each other. That
yeah.
would have been a good one.
But you got to
And
have
then
one of them good because they're both very evil.
I think Karrion Cross can be a good evil person. Like I'd be okay
That's
cheering
true.
for him. And Rusev, I don't have to cheer for because I don't like him. I
Karrion
think he's a
Cross
great
is Ghost
performer.
Rider.
Yes, I will take that. I'll take that.
That's Ghost Rider. That's what he is.
And yeah, and then we just got done talking about the Seth match. What did you give this?
3.5, 3.75. Somewhere close to it. It was almost a four. It was still really good with a lot of the things they did. Just the kind of impromptu tag match and the women's match just kind of drug it down a little bit.
I can agree. I was thinking about a 3.5 myself. I was okay with the tag match because I understood behind it. The women's match, I just felt like they just threw it together just to get Nikki out there, and you had to put her with a safe person.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, other than that, if hey, also for those of y'all that watch us, I mean, I don't know if this is something Jeremy'd be interested in. Um, I mean, I know we already squish our stuff in here when we can.
yeah,
We're doing this on a late. But if y'all do want to see a Dallas Cowboy fan and a 49er fan talk about football, anything y'all ask, we'll do. We might even do it just to see what happens. It really depends on his time and my time. But we both do love the sport, and why not to have two heated rival team fans of teams um, talk about the week each. That'd be
yeah,
something I figure I'd throw here at the end.
yeah.
I,
Or we just combine all that into the newly relaunched Falcon Zone and just talk some Falcons and then talk about the two more important teams.
right, I don't like the Falcons. I don't like the Falcons.
There you go, folks. But we have both got to go run
Yes.
and be superheroes. And the storm that knocked out the power seems to have not only restored the power, but it seems to be gone, which is kind of crazy. But this has been another great edition of the Backstage Jabronis. In case the first part of this show somehow
Somebody
got
just
lost, we will maybe we semi run through it again on our Thursday show coming up. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Seth Rollins, once again, I stand corrected. And for Daniel Snyder, I'm Jeremy York. This is the Backstage Jabronis. We will see you guys next week. Deuces, gooses.